What's up, guys? It's me, and we are back with another video today, except before we get into it, it's going to be Ark Survival Evolved official trailer release, thoughts of the video or whatever. But before we get into that, I wanted to talk to you guys and let you guys know. Some of you might be wondering, like, well, hey, Craft, where's your Ark series? And I did tell you guys that Ark series was only like a trial series until the 29th, just to see how the feedback from the community was. And overall, you guys absolutely smashed it, and you guys seem to have really liked the Ark Survival Evolved series that I had going on. So, I mean, I went up 20 subscribers, it's gotta say something. So, come the 29th, like I had originally planned, we will be starting the Ark Survival Evolved the Ragnarok Let's Play series, along with a couple other, maybe a Minecraft series or something, who knows. But, yeah, for now, let's get into it and check out the new Ark Survival Evolved trailer, and I'll play that now before I start talking about it, so I'll see you guys then. Alright, so that was the trailer, and that was absolutely mind-blowing of what they did with Ark Survival Evolved and their launch trailer. But, we're gonna talk about a few things. So, number one, we're gonna talk about this room you're seeing right now. This room you're seeing is obviously part of the Ascension Tech Cave. Now, as you can see to the left, you have what appears to be the Megapithecus boss arena, and to your right, it appears to be the Broodmother arena. So wherever we are is where the overseers of the Ark resides and watches over everything that happens throughout the server. Now, as you can see, floating above us is like that weird like tech writing. I don't really know what it's called. There's no words for it yet, but that's what you can see as of now. And it's really interesting to think of like what they could have done and what they will do with this, but let's get to the next thing. Now, in this room we're looking at, it gets a little more interesting, because as we approach, you can see a main console hub that has like I don't even know, like this weird like writing on it, and then to the left you have a side console with what appears to be strands of DNA intertwining. And as you can see on the right hand console, again, you have that weird tech writing, quotation marks, unofficial name tech writing. Now in the back you can also see a Dunkleosteus, which is a creature within the Ark Survival Evolved game and world. It's an aquatic creature, and you can see it there in the background. Now some people might be thinking, well, Craft, what does a Dunkleosteus have to do with anything tech? It doesn't. It doesn't. Here's the thing. That DNA sequencing you're seeing on the bottom left console and the tech writing on the bottom right console and that main hub console you're seeing with like the weird keyboard on it, that is, they're creating the Dunkley in the background. Like, this is the Ark Overseers creating dinosaurs for the world in the background. Now, quotation marks, creating dinosaurs, we all know it's a game. Ark Survival Evolved is created by the devs. Hashtag shout out to Jen, Jet, Sed, Jeremy, and all the other guys of the Ark. But yeah, no, they literally, this is them, the Overseers, creating life, creating the dinosaurs. That right there on the left is Dunkleosteus DNA. On the right is tech writing, which we still don't know much about, but we're going to find out more about, hopefully, eventually. And in the center console is where they put in all this stuff together and they make the magic happen. In the back, that's the holographic image of what they're creating. That's the Dunkleosteus of the game Ark Survival Evolved. So, overall, though, I gotta say this is a really interesting concept, and the terminal itself looks amazing, like this with that shifting blue color and how it just spirals and everything. 10 out of 10, they did an amazing job with this room and how it looks, and I cannot wait to get into the tech cave and explore this for myself. Now, what we have here, as you can see, that's a map of the world, not the Ark world, the real-life human world. So maybe and possibly we are going to be having, like, I don't know, like, so basically they're hinting that the Ark, either A, they pull survivors from the real world and have them be survivors of the Ark, and the Overseers watch them as they progress from primitive nothingness to tech tier godness of the game, and as they conquer the Ascension Cave, like maybe they want to see how humans would cope with this change and like what they would do in this world. Or that's just the side, that's one side note. Or B, they do pull from the real world. But, you know, okay, you remember the Rockwell notes and the Helena notes and the Dakea notes and all those different notes. Now, if you read the notes and read into the notes, like even the Chinese ones, like the Meiyin notes, those are all people that have been, quote-unquote, taken from the real world and brought to the Ark to play their own specific role. Like Rockwell recipes, he gave us mind wipes, focal chilies, broths of enlightenments, medical brews, stamina brews, all that kind of stuff. The Helena notes, I'm pretty sure she wrote the dossiers, quotation marks in game, wrote the dossiers and gave us the knowledge of the dinosaurs that we have, otherwise we wouldn't have it. The Dakea notes gave us the information on the Scorch, like what the people were and who they did and like whatever. But so my theory is that they're showing the globe because the island map, it's located on Earth, but a different form of Earth, an Earth they created. So let's say the island map is just a part of, because we can see Australia, I'll just use it for an example. Island map's part of Australia, but to our knowledge, we're just on some distant land in a different world, different time, whatever, with dinosaurs. But for all we know, as we can obviously tell, that dinosaurs were already obviously artificially created, as you can tell in the last topic I covered. So these artificially created dinosaurs, kind of throw back to Jurassic Park a little bit, it's a little homage I guess, but artificially created dinos, and we are brought here to survive the world and to conquer and build and tame and fight and do everything we can. And hopefully one day the creators want us to be able to get to the point of where we can meet them and be equals with them and maybe like somehow get past what we were supposed to originally do. Now also, as you can see, we have these little Droideka army bots. And I say Droideka because if you've ever played Star Wars, and I used to play Star Wars Battlefront, I think it was, Star Wars Battlefront all the fucking time with my brother when I was little. No joke, like we would play that religiously. And he was always Jedi's and I was always the Sith or whatever the hell they are. I'm not that knowledgeable of Star Wars, but whatever. I would always be the Droidekas, and like I'd roll up and put up my shields and be like, Joo, and like it was the best thing ever. And now you can see these little Ark Guardian guard things of the tech cave, expansion of the tech cave, have like Droideka-like features. Like watch this, watch it. Okay, so there's the globe we were just talking about. Now, when we cut over, as you will see, look, here we go. So the Ark droids, what they're going to do is they're going to roll up like a Droideka, and then they're going to come out on 4 legs, as you can see, 1, 2, and the 2 in the back, 3, 4. Arms comes out with guns, like weapons, and they're just staring at you, ready for a fight. Now, if they throw up a tech shield, that's a little trademark ripped off. But I mean, otherwise, that's really insane. So not only are we getting more knowledge of the Ark, we're getting new mobs or new things to fight in the cave that aren't essentially dinosaurs. They're the creators and overseers, actual like creations, not just the dinosaur. Like this is their bodyguard, like their droids they've created to defend their knowledge. Like that is absolutely amazing. Now, as you see here, as we break away from the tech and Ascension stuff, we just got a nice little cinematic overview of the map, and it looks really, really nice. You have the redwoods and the volcano there, as you see, and then we have some normal, nothing new PvP on the redwoods treetops, on some tree platforms, with people catapulting and a Titan coming with an army. That's nothing new. And then we make a cut from that to this image of Herbivore Island, and as you can see on the bottom left, what appears to be a either mutated Argentavis or a colored Argentavis. Now what it appears to be, it appears to my perspective, it appears to be mutated. And there's nothing wrong with that. Mutated dinos are really, really good. And then you just get like this really nice overview of like this big tribe on Herbivore Island, you know, just doing their own thing and having fun in the game. And there's nothing bad with that, and there's really nothing much more we can say about this, so let's get to the next thing. Now this scene right here, this scene in particular, it does actually interest me, and it interests me quite a lot, because you might be thinking like, well, why does this scene interest you? It's just some unicorns racing across a bridge. Well, here's why this scene interests me so much. It's because, if you look, there's absolutely no pillars on this giant, massive bridge across the ocean from Herbivore Islands Bay to South Zone 3 or 2's? No, it's East Zone 1's. Across from to East Zone 1's beach. And you see no pillars supporting any of that bridge whatsoever. Now, a few weeks back, Jeremy and a couple of the other ARC devs did tweet that they've talked about this before in conferences and other stuff and interviews. They've stated that they have planned and been planning to make Structures Plus and Platforms Plus an official integrated part of the actual core game of ARC itself. And we all know Structures Plus and Platforms Plus is part of the official ARC modded program. Now, my thing here is, again, you see no pillar support for any of this bridge at all. Yeah, no clip's a thing in ARC right now, an official feature of ARC, but not unlimited building. So unless you use pillars or whatever, or you run Structures Plus. Now my idea here is, this is why it's so interesting. I feel as though they might, now this is a strong might, not 100%, so don't quote me on this, they might have integrated finally Structures and Platform Plus into the core game itself of ARC Survival Evolved. And if they did so, that's them right here teasing just this little race across the ocean on unicorns. That's them teasing this hidden feature that they didn't officially announce, that they're just going to put in there as a little Easter egg, or they'll announce it once the full game's released. And either way, I can say, if it does happen, I will be so overjoyed, because I absolutely, for one, am a major fan of Structures Plus when I play on PC ARC. It is the best thing ever. Now this part itself is a little less interesting, but a little more interesting still on the side. It's an underwater tech base in one of the new underwater artifact caves on the island, where it's either in the cave of Artifact of the Brood or Artifact of the Cunning. Now, that's not really the interesting part, and yes, they're showing all the ocean creatures that are tameable here right in, including the Liopleurodon, Basilo, and everything else. Like, you just saw everything there, every tameable water creature was there. But that's not the interesting part. The interesting part about this clip is that they're showcasing that people have just built a tech base in an underwater cave. Now, ARC devs are all about that official life, and official, in most people's opinion, is absolute trash. It takes forever. It feels more like work or a job than it does a hobby or for fun, because their rates are trash. But the interesting part is here, like I said, it shows a tech base in the underwater cave. Now, you normally, unofficial, cannot build bases or structures at all in caves. The cave building's not allowed, because then people would be dicks and they'd block artifact spawns normally and official, and that'd be more work for ARC devs than they need. They'd get more tickets and be ever flooded, and they won't do it. But on the other hand, they're showing an underwater tech base here in this cave. Now, I'm not thinking much of it. Now, this might be like just them on their own private player dedicated server, which, I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. I run my own private player dedicated server because the settings are so much better and I can do and control everything. Shout out at CraftEvolved GT on Xbox if you do want to join the server. I don't care, whatever. But anyway, so that was just a little interesting thought I had about this when I watched this clip, is maybe they're going to add cave building to official. I don't know why they would. It doesn't make any sense, but they just might. Now here you can see some tech PvP with Bionic Giga, Bionic Rex. It's nothing new, it's just a bunch of tech and endgame stuff going at it at each other. Now here's the interesting part. Right here, oh, you just missed it, right here. There's a little QR code on the side of that vault. And for those of you that are wondering, well, Craft, what does that QR code lead to? I'll show you here in a sec. What that QR code leads to is this timer, right here. For 7 days. Now you're thinking, 7 days? Why would they have a timer 7 days? ARC's official release is in 4 days, 3 days now. Well, you see, that timer's set for the 31st, and when that timer gets to 0, you better believe I'll be here, and I'll be covering it for you guys, so you guys can know and see what's at the end of that timer. But for now, it's a mystery. Now here it gets interesting as well. You can see the new tech sword and tech shield that they're adding in this official ARC update and release. into the game. Now, originally it stated the tech sword to be more of a lightsaber where you'd click a button and boom, it's there, it's on. But as you can see, trademark and copyright reasons, they couldn't. Now it's an official game. It's no longer a game preview. So, I mean, overall, the tech sword still looks good. It looks like it's overpowered. It's just going to slash through and kill you. It looks like it might be like a Theraclaw and ignore armor. And if it does that, that tech sword is going to be so overpowered. The tech shield kind of looks like a basic shield just with tech designs on it. But hey, beggars can't be choosy. Also, I mean, overall, they both have a really, really nice and well done look, texture, and model to them. So I absolutely cannot wait to see these things used in game as we see here. And I can't wait to get my hands on one. Now here we can see some gameplay of the new Bionic skins they are adding to Ark Survival Evolved come the game's launch. Now the skins are only available to anyone who had the game prior to release, so I fall in that category because I had the game since it was like first ever launched. And it also falls to people who bought the pre-order pack of the Ark Survival Evolved game thing that comes with the dossier book and the island map. So yeah, it's really interesting, but here you can see the Bionic Raptors ridden in action to the volcano. They look really, really nice. And then here you can see the Bionic Parasaur, Bionic Stego, Bionic Trike, and Bionic Raptor. Again, there's also the Bionic Quetzalcoatlus and the Bionic Mosasaur, but they're not going to be in the game quite yet. Here we're getting a new look at the new creature they're adding on launch, the Otter, or one of the new creatures. And what the Otter can do is if you throw it off your shoulders, you're seeing right now, it'll go into the water. When it goes into the water, it will hunt fish for you. If you have a hunt retrieve, I'm going to assume it's like the Ichthyornis, you probably have to put it on a mode. And when it hunts the fish, it'll bring you back a Silica Pearl. It'll bring you back Silica Pearls, which is really nice as a early game meta of getting Silica Pearls now instead of killing Trilobites, because hashtag Pixel Lives Matter. But for real, this is a really good way. They'll bring you Silica Pearls, and they have a really rare chance of bringing you Black Pearls. Now, as you can see right there, he's presented his person a White Pearl. So he brought him a Silica Pearl. But if you see your Otter hold up a black shining object, he'll present you with a Black Pearl. Now, that is a really, really interesting way of also getting Black Pearls in the game as an early game meta, and also as a late game meta, because Black Pearls you can only get from Eurypterids, Alpha Moses, Alpha Tusos, and I'm pretty sure that might be it. But, I mean, they're not hard to get, but they're harder to get, and they're one of the really, really, really hard resources of the Ark to get. And now, as this Otter, he could, you might have to level special skill on him, but he might be able to get you more Black Pearls earlier on for a later game than you could right now, and that's a really, really interesting thing. Plus, I mean, look at it, it's so freaking adorable. This and the Jerboa, it's a really close call, but I think I still like the Jerboa better, but that's just me. Comment down below what you guys like better, the Otter or the Jerboa. Oh, now buckle up, motherfuckers. Here's where it gets interesting. So, right here, as you see, that's the Phoenix. The long-awaited mythical Phoenix finally being added to Ark Survival Evolved. Now, a while back, it was unfortunately scrapped, and we were all devastated. We all wanted to see this thing in game. We all wanted to use it, see it in action, and have it be used. Now, the Ark devs heard our cries, and as a thank you, they did state, as a thank you to their players for supporting the game, they brought the Phoenix back, and it's coming to Scorched Earth DLC on launch. Now, a little info on the Phoenix. So, as you can see here, this is the Phoenix spawning. The Phoenix spawns on the map Scorched Earth. It's a DLC map for the game Ark Survival Evolved, obviously, because we're talking about it. Also, it only spawns on the Super or Mega Heat Waves weather effect on the Scorched Earth map. So, those weather effects only last 3 to 5 minutes at a time. They won't last any longer, which means every Super Mega Heat Wave, you have a 3 to 5 minute window to find this thing. You have to have that 3 to 5 minute window to find this fiery ball of spitness coming out of the sky and see that Phoenix, and then you have another like 3 or 4 minutes to trank that thing. But here's the thing, you don't trank it. But I mean trank, you have to shoot it with fire. So what you have to do, you have to have someone aggro this. You have to be on a really, really tanky dino. Have someone aggro this, because when it bites you, it sets you on fire. If it flies past you, it sets you on fire. If it does a sky drop, it's a mini bomb and will blow stuff up. This thing is not a joke, and it is not something to mess around with. So you have to have someone in there tanking on like a battle bronto or something, and to tame this, you have to constantly set it on fire. You have to keep it aflame to keep it tamed. And that's a really, really interesting way of taming. I gotta say, that's like a brand new meta, never seen. And I gotta say, I really like that like new way of taming. But yeah, so this is the Phoenix. Look how beautiful it is. There's a nice cyan color on it, a nice dino light green maybe, and then you see like the orange, just the fire spur off the wings, and the tail design is absolutely breathtaking. Overall, if I had to rate this creature, it is a 12 out of 10. They went above and beyond. The Arc devs heard our cries for this creature, and they made sure it was something we would love. Now, a side note is, though, how it spawns in. I feel like it might be like the Liopleurodon, and it may have a timer for how overpowered it is, but it is rideable, and it does have a saddle in the dev kit, so if it is saddleable, as well as rideable, then I feel like it'd be there, but if there's no saddle, it's just rideable, it may be a timed creature like the Liopleurodon, but we won't know, we'll just have to wait and see. Now, as we see here, we have some survivors going through a cave on a Megalanion. He's holding a compass just for effect, and they're just getting the artifact. There's nothing really special about it, but I do have to say, I love what they've done with the artifact pulse over these last couple of updates. But how they took away the artifact containers, and now you just see them floating there. Like, it's a really, really nice overworld effect. It gives it more of a, like, hey, I found this, not I'm pulling out of some container. Like, I don't know, overall, they've done a very, very incredible and well done job at, like, just the game overall. It's come a long way from what it used to be, and I'm really excited to jump in on this new update on the 29th when it fully launches. Oh shit! Alright, here's the part of when to talk about all videos. I've just had this on the back burner ready to go. Okay, now what you see here is just, you know, it's the end of the trailer, and it's just the birds flying off in the distance. You know, there's the ARC logo. It's all good. It's all friendly. But if you take a closer look here, let's roll that back. Let's roll it back like I've been rolling back everything else. Let's roll it back right now. Okay, so here we go. We have the RG flying over this village, whatever, with a Tapjar, Quetzal, and Tyrannon behind it. Now you're like, okay, it's just an Argentavis flying in front of those guys. What's so weird? Here's the weird thing. The weird thing is that Argentavis, one of the slowest flyers in the game. Here, I'll roll it back one more time again, right now. Argentavis, one of the slowest flyers in the game, is ahead of all the fastest flyers in the game. Now, you used to be able to do that when you could level flyer speed. For the last 4, 5, maybe 6 updates, we have not been able to level flyer speed whatsoever. They took that out. And you can only do it on PC with the mod Classic Flyer mod. But here's the really excitable and interesting thing. As you can see here, that Argentavis, one of the slowest flyers in the game, I just hit my mic, sorry, it's flying faster than all of them. And those all birds are going at full speed because those are the full flying animations for all those creatures. Trust me, I know, I play the game religiously. It's my religion. So, they may have went back and they may have added flyer speed. Again, flyer leveling speed, and that would be a godsend. I know so many players like trashed and bashed and absolutely sent so much hate to the ARC devs and to what they were doing when they dropped that flyer nerf update. So many people, everybody, including myself, was absolutely pissed off. I was so triggered and livid. It wasn't even funny, but I got over it. I didn't give them any hate. You know, it's their game. I respect it. I love the game. It's one of the best things I love doing is playing this game, so I'm not going to give them hate for it. I wasn't going to do anything like that, but I was very upset and mad about it. Now, they possibly could be adding the flyer speed back. And what does that mean for the game? That means old PvP metas can come back. Tyranna bombing can come back, which is where you strap C4 to Pteranodons and send those fuckers in and blow holes upon holes in other players' bases. Quetzal bombing, where again, it's like the Tyranna bombs, you strap them with C4 and you send those big bastards in to blow massive fucking craters in other people's bases. Like, so many things. Griffins. Think about this Griffin speed now. You can have supersonic jets boosting through the sky without hesitation, smacking you without even seeing it. Now that's going to be something really interesting and I cannot wait to see. But for now, this is all just speculation. Everything you've heard and seen in this video is all speculation by myself. Well, except the Phoenix and the Otter, that everything I said about that, those two are confirmed because they're confirmed creatures of the Ark and they have dossiers and yeah, that's all confirmed. But regardless, I have hoped you guys have enjoyed this video. I know I have. I have thoroughly enjoyed having my conspiracy theoringness go on and just letting that hat come on and letting that all loose in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys have agreed with anything or have your own theories of yourself or whatever, comment down below. Let me know what you think and tell me what you know, and I will read it and reply and I'll get back to you. But otherwise, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you haven't already, click subscribe and hit that little bell in the top left corner right there, so you can join the hashtag notification squad. In other words, guys, I will see you guys next time. Later, guys.